You logging in, it's a black screen. Okay, now it's the algorithm. But if you're logging in and there's content, somebody won that day.
And how much on average, like how many content pieces do you create per week? Like,
Max 28. So for every 10 clients, 210 to 280 posts. So paid engagement. Well, you think everything you saw in the algorithm was paid? Like, no, again, you suck. Just get better.
Marcus, I have some cool questions for you. How are you growing people on LinkedIn right now? That's super. I've been watching some of your clients grow, and I'm like amazed. Explain.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's shit.
No, I like in comparison to all the other agencies, because I know them, like your client growth is insane. Like we all talk about you, and I'm just like, yeah, Marcus is the
What?
shit.
Is this
Yeah.
recorded? I'm gonna fucking I'm putting that on the timeline. No, the way we do it, I mean, we're just repurposing the content from X and just commenting. It's like that's it.
Do you have
It's
like
like,
for your clients, you have like specific VA inside their accounts commenting?
yeah. So I have an ops person in my company who does everything on the ops side from Twitter, and for Twitter and LinkedIn. And
Mm-hmm.
she is doing all of the comments, replying to comments, putting out comments, etc. Also kind of like a additional thing. We don't do this for everyone, but a lot of times we have setters who are doing like connection requests, like that helps. But that's not like the core mechanism. The core mechanism is content plus comments, that we're using
How
right now.
how many comments a day do you reckon?
It's got to be like at least like 25 to 50. It's not like a crazy amount, as well as like responding to everyone, that then comments on your thing and like creating, because it ends up being a lot. And then also a cool one is the kind of like a play on the auto DM giveaways on Twitter, but like this is like a piece of alpha, but we just did one for a client and it was like a comment this word and he got like 500 comments, and because people wanted like a spreadsheet. So that's
Yeah,
worked
yeah.
pretty well too.
So was
Yeah.
it like the spreadsheet swipe GIF that you post and you're like, do you want this for free? Or like with a
I
screenshot of
literally
what it
just
looks
posted it.
like?
It was a blurred screenshot.
Blurred. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
works
it was
so
it,
well.
and then the black hat reason that works is that they have to connect with you to get the
Yeah.
DM. So they
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's not
Follow
like
you.
you, yeah, they literally have to follow you. They don't have a choice. It's unlike Twitter where you can have
Yeah.
public DMs. Yeah.
So, okay, so alpha is for you for LinkedIn content growth for clients would be posting, then engaging. It doesn't have to be a lot. 15 comments a day would be enough, plus responding to comments and then DM giveaways if that works.
Yeah,
Nothing
but that
massive.
again, that's new. Like the last for the whole year, it's really
Yeah.
just been content and comments. We do. I mean, I asked you for how you did it, which is how we do it now. I
Yeah.
actually just had a client. I just signed a client this morning who was like, "Oh, I might bring in a LinkedIn consultant," and I was like, "Oh, I'll refer you to my friend Laura." But keep in mind, we know what we're doing on LinkedIn because she consulted for us before we did it. So he was like, "Oh, nice,
Oh,
signed."
2 for 1.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, yeah, no, I like the fact that you're saying only 15 to 20 because Luke Matthews, for example, he'll preach about commenting for 5 to 10 hours a day on LinkedIn, but that is not achievable for everyone. So if your clients are growing well, like the content is the main driver, and then commenting
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
like a little bit of help.
Yeah, yeah, it's like less, like 50 is high. Like it's probably less. It's like 25 to 50. It's like generally between there.
And do you do paid distribution on LinkedIn?
I don't even know how to do paid distribution on LinkedIn. I'm like a LinkedIn noob. I don't if I knew how to do it well, I'd probably charge for it, but we just give it to our clients for free as like a value add, but you got paid
Mm.
distribution, hit me up.
I don't know it, but yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure there
but
is. If I find that,
uh,
I'll let you know.
yeah, on average, like just looking at like a client. I'm not sharing my screen, right?
No.
All right, don't lie. Um, on average, our clients grow uh, like on LinkedIn, just looking at it, like anywhere from like 1 to 500 followers a month. It's like super chill.
Mm.
What I always tell clients, I have like a couple anomalies, of course, but what I always tell clients is like X, you can get like super meteoric growth with us, and LinkedIn is like almost guaranteed consistent growth. Like I've never had someone not grow. Like LinkedIn is
Mm.
it's pretty guaranteed. It's like a layup for growth. So if I was going to sell the service, it's very easy to fulfill on compared to like X, where X you can just get zero.
Yeah,
But
100%.
yeah, yeah.
Baris, do you have a question?
yes. Um, First of all, do you have the same deliverables for every client, or like does it differ from client to client what you create in terms of content?
Yeah, so we base it's the same. We essentially deliver our system to the clients. That system will change depending on what's working on X, the algorithm. Like it might be more video centric today, and it might be more text centric tomorrow, it might be more long forms tomorrow. So
Mm-hmm.
our system changes, but the system is what we give to every client.
Mm-hmm. And how much, like on average, like how many content pieces do you create per week, like max?
Max 28
28 per week for a client.
per
So how
week
does
per client.
it, okay, so how
So if
does that,
it's so for every 10 clients, 210 to 280 posts
mm-hmm.
put out from my team.
Okay, interesting. And like how's it divided in terms of like thread days and stuff, or like long form days and tweets?
Every day thread. And then the rest are tweets.
Okay, I got you. And then okay, so what had to happen? Like this kind of like I'm quite curious to know because I'm kind of in the beginning stages. What had to happen for you, like for you to become scalable from when you had one client to having multiple clients? I mean, obviously create systems and like streamline it and
Of
like,
course.
but like,
It's
what did it look
it's
like for
a
you?
yeah. I mean, it's a who, not a how when it comes to scaling.
Mm-hmm.
So I capped out probably at like five. When at five, it was at a point where I had no life. So especially you can hear how much deliverables I was doing, and I had clients who wanted daily email, so it's just too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's hiring is the answer when it comes to scalability. My first hire was an executive assistant who is now my ops manager, someone to do, for example, comments, someone to send out tweet links, someone to onboard clients, someone to do all the nitty gritty. My second hire was a writer, and then the writer was essentially my right hand man, shadowed me until I could essentially create myself. And so it's basically just cloning myself into my writers. And
Mm-hmm.
I've done that now 3 times. So, and now I have a sales guy. So I have a team of five plus me, six.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, interesting. I see. And when you had those five clients, like how did you manage to have like five clients? Like I have one client, but like I have to deliver quite a lot, and I'm already like, fuck, I don't even know how to get like a second client right now.
Skill, bro. Skill.
Okay, well,
If you can,
right.
I'm just saying, if you got to learn how to write better at the same pace, you have to learn how to write the same quality but faster.
Uh-huh. Got
If
you.
like if you because you got to think about it from a business perspective. If your capacity is one and you clone yourself, you're gonna have to pay for an employee for every new client. That's
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
That is bad. So you want to at least grow your whether your capacity is three, four, five, whatever your capacity is. You got to think of your future writer's capacity being the same, if not worse. So
Ooh,
you
love that.
have to develop that skill so that you can then train somebody else in that skill.
Yeah, fire. All right, nice. Well, thank you.
Got you.
Jack, you have a question?
My 130 moved to two if you guys want to stay a little extra.
Nice.
Perfect.
It's
Thank
like
you very much,
fuck.
Marcus. I love the presentation, by the way. Just had a question on what's your process for writing for clients, in particular the expertise content. So how do you get that out of the clients, or how do you write that?
So I have an in-depth onboarding process that includes a full interview for their personal story. So that's going to be the personal stuff. And then additionally for all of their IP related stuff for expertise. And then additionally, I ask for access to everything they've can share internally. That'll give us kind of like a huge amount of resources. And then lastly, is there existing video content if there is any existing tweet stuff like that. So we basically take all of that, the new interviews and stuff, the existing stuff, the internal stuff, and we kind of put it into a box. And it's our now job to digest that and become kind of like an in-house writer for them and just learn all of it. And yeah,
So you have three interviews back to back, basically, where you sort of get all the content.
I could just have them record a loom. I'd still do some interviews, especially some clients who are worse or better in like interview format, but you could just make them record a loom and just give them a questionnaire, give them a Google form. I do all of those things.
Okay, then you send them a list of questions to send back.
Mm-hmm. Some of them
Perfect.
will, if they give you resistance, they're like, "Oh, can we do this in a call?" And you're just like, "Sure." I'm like, what am I gonna do? No, fuck you. Of
Fair enough, man. Good stuff. Thank you very much.
course.
All right. Anyone else got any questions? I'd honestly ask Marcos more questions because he is the GOAT when it comes to growth. So yeah. Okay, wait, I have a question. Do you do reporting for your clients? Like, do you report back like on analytics, etc., every month, every week? What do you do?
We report every week on analytics,
Okay.
followers,
Yeah.
views, etc. Yeah.
So like through email, Slack, Telegram.
Slack, yeah.
Nice.
And
Okay.
we also
And
weekly design everything, all of the Twitter content into a carousel through Canva that they can then
mm,
repurpose onto other platforms. Why, you want to
okay.
be a client?
And yes, please. Okay. And then what if like for some reason everything's red, like no growth, no followers, no leads?
Sad days. In terms of like the reporting or just in general?
Yeah, like in reporting. So if you're like committing
Yeah.
to a weekly reporting, you have to be like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, clients, what I found is from a retention perspective is that clients just want an explanation. Like if I report shit and to be fair, clients who've been with us for, a year, they're not going to be hung up on a 1 week of results, right? They know that in the grand scheme, they're going to grow. But new clients, for example, first 2 weeks, only got like 10 followers, something like that. They're going to probably ask questions. And they just expect that you have some sort of expert answer. So what I'll usually say is, yeah, those threads didn't hit or this content didn't hit. We're looking to shift to maybe this angle or this angle, stuff like that. And then typically they'll get into a bit of more collaborative state instead of a desperation state, and they'll maybe give an idea or think that's a good idea or like what's your new angle, and I'll give it to them and stuff like that. So it's more like having an answer. Don't just be like, oh, the algorithm, like you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, no, 100%. I like that. Yeah. I hate when people go like, oh, it's because of the algorithm. Like the algorithm is
It's
not
never the
like it's
it's
always
never the
changing. It's never the algorithm.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
could go on
agree.
forever, but like my thoughts on the algorithm is that the algorithm has to show somebody's content, right? It
Yeah.
has to. Nobody's
Yeah.
logging in. There's nothing there. You logging in, it's a black screen. Okay, now it's the algorithm. But if you're logging in and there's content, somebody won that day on the algorithm. And it
I
just
think
wasn't you because you suck.
yeah, the algorithm thing excuse only works once. After you use it once, you can't really use it again.
Right. And they're like, oh, well, paid engagement. Well, you think everything you saw in the algorithm was paid? Now everybody's paying. Everybody all of a
Mm,
sudden is rich. Like, no, again, you suck. So just get better.
yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I could go on
Well,
forever.
no, same. Like I will go on a rant with you about this. Amazing. Okay, so what do you prefer for now then? Twitter is always going to be your thing, not LinkedIn. So when people say LinkedIn is the new thing, you disagree.
I mean, now that I offer it, I'm like, true bestie, let's sign. Like LinkedIn's great. LinkedIn, like I said, like I've never had a client not grow.
Yeah,
It's so much better when it comes to consistent growth. If I post, I grow. Even if I don't post, I grow. It's
I
weird.
know.
You just
It's
grow.
crazy. I
It's
know.
like
I'm
a
seeing
growth.
it.
The growth on LinkedIn is so easy and consistent. The amount that you grow is more skill related, but again, Twitter to me is more meteoric and profitable. You also just like get more influence, like who has more
Fact.
influence in the real world, a LinkedIn influencer or a Twitter influencer. I'd say a Twitter because Twitter's like kind of like where all the news goes. Like nobody's going to LinkedIn for news. So I like Twitter better. I'm also biased. I've been on Twitter for 13 years, so I'm a Twitter maxi. But I 100% love LinkedIn and I plan on offering it for the foreseeable future. Thanks to you.